Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and children of all ages, the boys are back for another episode of the Piledriver.
Woo!
I am the best in the world, Mike. That is my boy Vince, and down low is the big dog Dean. How is everybody this weekend?
First off, let's give a fucking huge happy belated birthday to our boy Vince. I hope you had a wonderful day, brother. We love you. We appreciate you. I hope you had a wonderful day, man.
Well, we're going to get into Vince's wonderful day. He told us about it, and fortunately for us, it has become part of the podcast because, Vince enjoys what he enjoys, which is actually the same thing that we all enjoy. So Vince got a nice little gift from the wife, and we'll get into that a little bit later. We're going to cover AIW a lot this week. They had the show last week, Big Trouble.
Yep.
And then coming up this coming weekend is When the Smoke Clears.
Yep.
Yeah.
At the Shrine. I just went by there today. It was kind of wild just to go look. It's, completely forgetting it's all the way in Canton, and then boom, there it is. So
that's awesome.
I was going to say, let's just jump right in. Vince was fortunate enough to go and cover the show for us at Lakewood at the Mercury Music Lounge. I know that off the thing we'll talk about, but we did catch another pile driver, courtesy of the Bone Collector himself. So we'll get into that a little bit more. But Vince, tell us a little bit about it, man.
So yeah, we went to Big Trouble at the Mercury Lounge. I actually took a buddy of mine. This is his first indie wrestling event, so it was really cool for him.
Love that. How do you like it? How do you like it?
He had a blast. He was having so much fun. I think halfway through, how you break through that initial timidness, and he just started belting out some stuff, and we got the crowd rolling as per usual. So it was pretty funny.
Do you want to go to another one?
Oh, he's definitely down. I think he wants to go to Gauntlet. He's gonna try to go to Gauntlet.
We love it. That's what I love to hear, man.
But no, so it was a great time. We got there kind of early, so we had to wait a little bit. The line was long to get in, so we just kind of chilled in the pizzeria next door. And then it was so awesome just to start off. I mean, the card was stacked, and one of the things that was the main focus really was that Hornswoggle was there. That was like extremely cool. I got to talk to him for a little bit, and I'll get into that here in a second. But I mean, I'm just gonna go right into it. The starting match of Big Trouble was a mixed gender tag team match, and this was the production. And I'm not gonna say because I think I'm gonna say it wrong, but it's either Savage Gnomes or Savage Mushrooms. But this is a tag team of Bulk Bronson and Gabby Forza. And I've seen Gabby, but this was my first time seeing Bulk in action. And obviously we, know how the production runs. And it was a great start to the whole event. So I just want to say Katie and Derek continue to amaze me how fluid their tag team action is, because I watched them just run things. Like I saw a move that Katie pulled over on this event, and it was almost like I thought that she screwed up and she went into the turnbuckle while Derek was in the corner, missed the target. I don't remember if it was Gabby or Bulk, but basically missed with a double knee to the chin, so she got caught Derek in with the double knee. Then when she went to pull him down, she actually ended up using him, launched him over her onto the other party. So it was like, oh, it was a counter, but wait, it actually wasn't. Like she launched it right onto the other person. So that was really cool. This was another pile driver I saw. So Bulk actually ended up picking up Katie and pile drived her into Derek. That was really cool.
That's awesome.
And just genuinely speaking, this was a great, again, just a great start to this event. I
gotta say, I've watched some videos with Katie and Derek. We've seen them in person too. They do got great chemistry. For them being together in a short period of time, I can almost say, no disrespect to Ziggy, but I feel like they have better chemistry together than Derek did with Ziggy. Like I agree with you. Their fluidness and how it just seems right.
No, 100%.
I was very skeptical when they kicked Ziggy out of the production and brought Katie, and I was very skeptical. But like, because I love Ziggy and I hope she's doing great, but I don't know. I'm loving it, man. Tommy said, "Happy birthday, sweetheart," and 5-star Thomas Adams checking in with the Piledriver Podcast. What's up, brother?
Hey.
Appreciate you, 5-star TA and Tommy with the birthday shout out. I agree though, Dean. I was a little bit skeptical at first how it was going to work with the production, how Katie was going to come in. Obviously, she's a great singles wrestler. We've seen her before at AIW in a solo role.
I think a lot of it was because we've been so used to seeing Ziggy and Derek together, and when it happened and how it happened, we're just like, no one's seen it coming. And we loved those two together because they just worked so well together. We were so used to Derek picking Ziggy up and just tossing her into people, and you know what I'm saying? Like, we got so used to that. So, like, when that happened and how it happened just out of nowhere, we're just like, I feel like that is a lot of the reason why I was kind of like, what the hell? And I was kind of like weary against it, but I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it.
Yeah, I agree. So their chemistry worked through, and the production ended up taking home a great win on this one. Even though, like I said, the tag team of Bulk Bronson and Gabby Forza, they just ruled. And just I want to give them a shout out. So I got to talk to them for a little bit. It actually warmed my heart how much they were willing to take photos with their fans. Actually, the very next day, AIW's screen, like their stream was pretty much all photos of fans with that duo. So shout out to both Gabby and Bulk. And then also, I want to give them a congratulations. They're actually engaged, so they are
nice.
Together. And
congratulations.
They're gonna get married in October of this year. So congratulations, guys, and I hope to see you guys again in AIW soon.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Or anywhere else around.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely I like their duo. Their the vibe they put out, especially Gabby. She's called Nomi, and she comes out in like football pads that kind of remind me of like I don't know, just that doesn't even really remind me of anything, to be honest. It's just they're just very unique. So, but then the next match we saw was Alex Melee, who's been up and coming pretty lately. I've seen him a few times now, but he's the video game guy that you see come out with controller and stuff. And he was going up against Vic Vice. I'm a big Vic Vice fan. I've been watching him through lately, and he's put up a great fight with a lot of different people, including Austin James and a few others. So this one, I noticed that a lot of people don't really like to get up on the high ropes at Mercury, just because it is a low
enough room.
I was gonna say it's small there.
But
like we were there at Circle 6, and Christian was doing this spot where he put the table on the railing and the side of the ring, and he got up on the top rope, and he had to hold on to the beams of the roof.
Yeah,
kind of like hang there and drop down, because there really wasn't. You had no room to jump. I love the venue. I wish the ceilings were a little bit higher, but if you're aware of your surroundings, you can get innovative with it. But
no, for sure.
Yeah, that spot was crazy as hell when Christian grabbed the beam and kind of just like hung on it to drop that elbow drop.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of like at VFW too, though, because they don't, like when we go to RSW show, because they can't really jump in.
No, it's that. Yeah, I mean, with limited space, you can't work with a lot. And a lot of these guys are taller. But luckily, Alex Melee, he's a little shorter of a guy, a little more nimbly, and he likes to use that top rope action. So I definitely saw a couple high flying moves from the young man. There's a moment where actually Vic set Alex up upside down in a handstand. So his hands were on the top rope, feet up in the air. And then Vic ends up super kicking the hell out of him in the face. And he just dropped just like a sack of potatoes straight down. It was just a really comical moment. Like, it was just like whoa.
Like one of them where you fall down the tree and hit every branch on the way down.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh man. So yeah, they both ended up, beating the hell out of each other, and Alex ended up bringing them home the win. So that was really cool. That's the first time I've seen Alex Poole win. So I love seeing that.
I'm not really too familiar with Alex Poole.
Shout out to Jill. Hopefully we'll see you at May 4th at the college, Jill, for breaking down barriers.
Yeah, we miss you, Jill. Thank you for always tuning in. We appreciate all your support. Hope you're doing good, girl.
Oh, yeah. And then
how was the crowd? How was the crowd? How was the crowd there?
So it was I felt like this one was probably the least crowded of the Mercury Lounge.
Really?
Yeah. It was.
That's unfortunate.
It was also, I noticed I think they're limiting chairs even more than they already were. There used to be a line of chairs, like kind of like 3/4 away around the ring, around the barriers. Now it seems like it's only on one side, and then the other side it's all standing room only. But it makes sense because you have very limited space now. This time too, I've seen 3 different variations of how they set the ring up here. And this time what they did is they backed it all the way to the stage. So you really, like there wasn't much stage? So like in the back on the stage all the way to the back, and they had like the AIW set up, staggered so they could come out from either side. So the I's in the middle is a little recessed, and then the A and the W are out with the cloaks and everything.
That's cool.
It worked. And then they had almost like, I would say, very close to another ring's worth of space between the ring and the barrier that was to the front row. And that's kind of where closer to the bar area.
Okay.
That's where I saw like Jose posted up there. And it seemed like that was like a great direct shot towards the entrance and everything. So it was cool though. I always feel like when you go to a bar and you introduce not just the fans of wrestling, but you also have people that are kind of just like interested in it. They see it, they wander in.
They're just at the bar, and they're like, "What the fuck's going on?"
I think that's what's so great about that venue is because they have like the whole bar on the other side with a stage behind the bar. And then you go through the room, and you got all those people. Sometimes you have live bands there during the shows that we've been to, and you got all these people that are kind of curious, just kind of wandering around, they're drinking, having a good time. What the hell's going on in there? Oh, wrestling? And you get some new people in the door.
Well, remember that one Circle 6 show? I don't remember who was wrestling, but they went out of the room and into the regular bar. Do you remember they ended up going into the bathroom?
I think that was like Remington Roar and
Baby Girl or something like that. Was it Baby Girl and Vincent Nothing?
Yeah. That's what Baby Girl got the rest of the week.
And like they fucking went, dude, and they just went out in the bar and they were like wrestling around the guys and the girls fucking drinking. They went in the bathroom and like it was crazy.
It was a good time.
Wow.
But yeah, like I totally get it because people were like, "What the fuck is this? What's going on?" Like they had no idea. There's doors, there's doors that separate the spot where the wrestling ring is.
There was people that had no idea that there was a wrestling show going on there, and so like when the action went out there, they're just like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" Should we call the police? Like, chill, lady. It was a good time though.
Man, so now they this next match kind of gets a little weird. And it's funny because I'll touch on this a little bit later too. I've just been noticing a lot more of these fast matches, but this match literally was like 5 seconds. So this was Dr. Daniel C. Rockingham versus Nipsey Nash, and literally Nipsey comes out. Dan just goes right after him, tries to hit him with a lariat. Nipsey just grabs him, like almost just like immediately after the lariat misses, grabs him and just rolls him up. And it's 1, 2, 3. So 2 seconds of action, the 3 seconds of counting, that was done. So Dr. Dan's just infuriated, angry as all hell, is yelling at everyone involved, and then gets a second match. So I was like, okay, this is interesting. We're getting into more storytelling, more a little more fun action there. I like that though. Like two seconds of action. I was like, wait, what just happened? Like
Yeah, like when you first said that, I was immediately like, so it was like a squash. Like that's weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know. Them little fast, quick matches always make me feel funky about.
I guess it depends on the situation, who's involved, the story. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Right.
There's ways it can be okay, but I don't know.
I agree. There's ways it can be okay, but then there's ways where you feel gypped.
Yeah. I still don't like it. Even if it's okay, like I'm still like, that's dumb, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to maybe it's just me just wanting more and wanting to see the action.
No, and that was I think a lot of people were like, what is going on? Even my buddy, like I said, first time he's coming to this, seeing something like this, he has no idea.
Oh yeah. That's the first time he has no idea what the fuck just happened.
Yeah. What the hell's that about? I can see that.
I think this is where it broke him too, where he just started saying boo, like he was like, "Oh fuck this, boo," and so it was pretty funny. So again, they go right into a second match. Dr. Dan does this like kind of riptide move, like he underarm and then over and then just flips everyone and smashes them. And I don't know, like every time he does it, not my favorite wrestler, but I like that.
Great finishing move.
I've seen him do it. He's smooth with it.
He's like, boom.
Yeah, he's smooth with it. I'll give him that. I agree. He's like my favorite wrestler, but I don't hate him. I dig him.
He's a good heel.
Yeah, he's a good heel.
I want to see Dr. Dan versus Pastor Sela. I don't know why. I could just see them arguing over who's going to tell the crowd to do what. Like, no, I want your money. No, you need to listen to this. Like, or
that would be really good.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
That's kind of one of those matchups you didn't know you needed to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Good idea, bro.
Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. So I was trying to remember how this one ended. So Dr. Dan got cornered at the end of this match. Didn't know what to do. So he just kind of just starts running around. And again, this is just one of those moments where like I'm starting to pick up that we got a comic relief in the building. He runs around and he's distracting the ref. Like he's just like da-da-da-da-da. And then he runs over and just low blows the hell out of Nipsey. And then gets the DQ. So yeah. No, he doesn't even get the DQ. My notes say he gets the pin, so I'm wrong in that one.
Maybe the ref didn't see it. Happy belated birthday, Vince from the Werewolf, Drew Starner.
Oh, thank you, Drew. Thank you. So, okay. So now I see. I see what I'm getting a little crazy and mixed up here, but this is where things really started to get weird. I mean, obviously that last match was kind of like oddball, but this was, man, wild. And again, my buddy really didn't know what to expect, but he loved this match. We've talked about Elon Black. So he comes out, very quiet man, very ominous, painted, just creeps on the ground. Like he kind of like crawls out onto the ring and is just kind of like a creepy, boogeyman style dude. And then the bell tones and we start hearing the gongs, and you think all of a sudden we just saw him at WrestleMania.
The Undertaker.
Is the Undertaker at AIW? No.
Vince got excited.
It was somebody better.
No way.
Freaking Swampy.
Yes.
And I'm telling you what, when that casket popped open after this creepy Sam Holloway is presenting it and seeing that face of Swampy's, we knew this was the match. This was the match to just keep everybody on the sides and edges of their feet or edges of their seats. It was great. I
love that.
The pop that Swampy got, and I won't ruin it for anyone if they don't know who it was. I actually had a very nice gentleman with his young child that was their first time at Mercury. He came over to me and asked me, "So who is that?" And I was like, I can't tell you. It's just Swampy. And it was a good, it was a good match. It was what you would expect this match to be. Just very one-sided. Swampy manhandled Edelon and choke slammed him for the win. But it was a good show, and I think everybody there was just so extremely happy to see Swampy before the Halloween show.
Yeah, that's usually the only time you see Swampy.
I was going to say, that's kind of cool that they brought him out, kind of a Mercury big trouble. I mean, it made it seem like Alan was in big trouble at that point. You know, like that's a once in a lifetime or a once in a yearly opportunity, once a yearly match.
Guarantee you no one in that building had an idea that it possibly could have been Swampy.
No. And it was funny because everyone's just looking, and then it's just all happening. And like I said, the Undertaker's music hit, and even my buddy next to me is like, "Oh, like looking at me." I'm like, "No, dude, I think there'd be a way bigger flyer." And
I was gonna say he thought his first show he just got hella lucky.
I mean, yeah, and he did though. I mean, like I said, hey, you only get to see Swampy every now and again on the Halloween show, and then he shows up randomly on April 11th on a Thursday. But it was awesome.
Hilarious.
I'm kind of jealous.
No, it was cool. It was cool.
Now, didn't we have us a little grudge match action between the Bone Collector and Shaw Mason at this show?
Yes, that's we can go to that one. The next there was two others between that.
He's been destroying things lately.
Yeah, so we can jump into that one. So yeah, we saw Dominic versus Shaw. So Dominic Greeny versus Shaw Mason. This was like so much animosity. Obviously, we saw what happened at the
former partners. Yeah, former partners.
So Dominic's turned completely heel at this point. He is it's bad.
Pile drivers.
Yep.
Pile drivers for everybody.
Yes. I love it.
So yeah, I mean the match started off in Shaw's favor completely. I mean, he attacked him outside of the ring immediately, like ran through the ring. Like I said, it was butted up against the stage. He runs across the ring. Dominic's on the far outside and just jumps through the ropes. Smokes Dom, and then Dom just takes over. But I'm not gonna lie, man. Shaw got so much pop. We had so many Shaw chants. Let's go Shaw. I mean, you could tell he is the face of AIW right now. And Dom, I don't think Dom likes that. I don't think Dom likes that somebody is out shining him in not a way that he wants, or I have no idea because I've never seen this man in such a heel form. I mean,
Dom is a fucking Cleveland legend.
If we can be honest, like lately, I feel like Dom hasn't gotten the respect he's deserved. He's been kind of overshadowed by the success of Derek Dillinger, Josh Bishop. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been so good consistently for so long, and we've had all these up and coming. I'm not saying up and coming stars, but like past 2 years, Derek Dillinger's been killing it. He's been fucking getting the recognition. Josh Bishop's been blowing it up. You know what I'm saying?
Eric Taylor.
Yeah. So like, I kind of get it.
We're gonna fucking talk about it. Look at this guy. This guy, real quick. I'll just
Don Tapio, what are you doing next weekend? You want to come on the pod? You coming on the pod next weekend?
Next weekend.
Let's go, Don Tavio. I would love to see that. But no, so just gonna finish this up. I can't say that Dominic won this on his own. There's a problem here. Shaw had the win. Shaw had him running, and PAX shows up. Sidney Von England and Zay Garcia. I mean, this was sad almost because I thought that after that loss, you know, at the Temple Live show, that Shaw was gonna pick up this dub at Mercury, like heading into Gauntlet for the gold. But nope, he ended up getting pile drived right on his head again. No thanks to PAX and the teamwork of them and Dom, and it was brutal, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I literally dropped him right on his head. And even like again, I'm gonna just keep going. My buddy Tom, I'd look over at him when stuff was happening after I'd see it, and he just was like, that was his head, and I was like, yeah, it was. He's dead.
Octavio, what's up, brother?
Tuesday.
We would like. I mean, if you can come on next Sunday at 8:00, that'd be perfect. But if you got to do Tuesday, we'll make it work for you. We want to hear what you got to say. You got a big man.
Octavio, Dean doesn't get it. Dean doesn't get it. There's
Tuesday.
Yeah, no, there's a guy. He's been going viral lately. His name's Sketch. He goes, "What's up, brother?" It's a whole thing. Look it up when we're done here.
Right.
It's fucking hilarious.
Right.
But like Tuesday, he plays Madden and shit, and he be talking smack to people. Like he'd be like, "I'm your worst fucking nightmare. I'm sorry for cussing." Like,
oh, that's where it came from. That's why TNA is perfect person.
Yeah,
all right, I gotta look this dude up. I'm not a mood.
Because he goes, special team, special players, Tuesday.
See, I thought you did that. I'm wearing a fucking Jake Ely shirt. That's why I'm like, all right.
What's up, brother? It's so funny, dude. Oh,
next Sunday is locked in. So next Sunday we're breaking down Neo Pro. It's a huge show. Yeah. You got Don Tavio coming on.
Next Sunday, we will be breaking down Neo Pro 2 and all the matches that have been scheduled and maybe some ones that we haven't heard yet at this point.
That fucking card is insane.
The newest drop match, and since he's in the chat spitting his shit, Don Tavio will be facing none other than Sammy fucking Callahan. Sorry.
Oh, baby.
The Death Machine. Jesus.
So that's big. He will be joining us next week. We'll get him on the show, and we'll see, if he's got a game plan heading into this one, because I'm a little worried for my boy.
He got this though. He got this.
Oh, 100%. I got faith in him. I didn't say that, but I mean, I seen Don Piledriver's ass a little bit ago. Like.
Yeah.
If we're gonna say McCallum Piledriver.
Oh, he's gonna. I mean, come on.
Look at
Wrestler of the Month. I mean, if you beat the Death Machine, you might just lock that in, baby.
Get him a cutter in the middle of the ring.
Woo!
I'd like that.
One of the cleanest cutters in the game, too.
Vince, let's get back into it. Finish us out at Big Trouble.
The president of wrestling's here. Morning, Phil.
I did want to not skip over one match. So there was only one women's match on this card. It was Zia Brookside versus Jocelyn, and I definitely did not want to not mention this. This was great. I'm very happy to see Zia coming back. She's huge right now in TNA. So the fact that she comes out on a Thursday night and is there for our local indie wrestling promotion, just thank you. Thank you just for that. But let's be real. Jocelyn,
Zia did not have truth.
Yeah.
Josh is the fucking truth, son.
It was brutal. Zia held her own, but Jocelyn is the truth, and she murdered her. And yeah, it was great though. There was some really good running lariats from Zia that I just was so impressed with. And then obviously, Jocelyn is a very good technical wrestler, and I just love to see her scoop slams and every other move she utilizes in her arsenal. And that's how she wins. She even used the ropes to help put the leverage on for the pin, and that was cool. I thought that was really cool ring awareness.
Not just a sidetrack here. I'm looking at the chat.
I saw that. Yeah, go ahead. What does that say?
The president of wrestling, Phil Stamper, said morning, and then Don Tavio said, Phil Stamper said he wanted some Don Tavio too. What?
Oh,
I need to hear some more of this.
Phil's my boy, so we gotta be playing nice. Beefs with Sammy.
5 stars, little salty.
Phil said, "I'm just looking for some gramps, Don Tavio."
There it is.
Oh.
But,
now, main event us.
Yes, that's exactly where I was heading. So our main event saw Hornswoggle versus Chuck Stone. And this was just great. Again, like I said, we were very privileged to have Master Hornswoggle in our midst. just a great dude. I want to say I got to speak with him for a few moments. He signed a funny DVD, Leprechaun Origins, the one that he starred in for me. Nice. And he didn't hate me for it. I was definitely like, oh man, this might be like too weird of a thing. And he was actually pretty cool about it. Bought a couple other things from him. But I wanted to ask him, and this was a very important question, was I always see him on the cards with AIW, and I just quickly asked, is there a special reason that you come and come to our promotion, come to Cleveland so often? And he just said AIW's pretty much been his second home, and that just speaks volumes to me. That just shows that people from such a high caliber of wrestling come to our promotion, come to AIW, and they're treated so well that they just keep coming back and they love it. And that was actually going into the him getting announced coming out. They called him their favorite stepson of AIW, and I thought that was cool.
That is actually cool. I like hearing that. That makes me feel good. Like, it's Cleveland, you know what I'm saying?
It's always nice to hear when somebody, like a big name wants to be here. They want to come here. They know they're respected. They know they're loved. They know that they're going to get their flowers when they walk through the door from the fans here. And, like Vince says, it speaks fucking volumes. Look at this motherfucker starting shit.
Let's go. I love it.
Starting shit.
TA, ask for wrestling and then dips. Couldn't be me. I mean, I started watching the Fallout series last night. It's a good series so far. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm 2 episodes in, but damn.
But yeah. So what's up?
I was gonna say, overall, what do you give it? What do you give Big Trouble?
Well, here, let me run through this main event because it wasn't just a fair fight between 1 and 1. Although it would have been really funny to see. Swoggle continued to do typical Swoggle things. He was playing this game where he would go to shake the hand and then walk away, or he would go to shake the hand and clap. That was really funny. It was just like a very goofy little.
It seems like a Swoggle thing to do.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was. Yeah.
But then, of course, because they just can't not meddle with anything, Cash is King comes out, and you got Duke and you got Eric Taylor getting involved. And they thought they could just, 3-way jump Swoggle, dude. That's like, you've got to be kidding me. So, of course, the heroes of AIW, PME, come out, and they even the odds. And let me tell you, the odds were absolutely even. It was so good. I absolutely love PME. I love
PME, too. They've been doing so good lately, too. I've watched them, grow and blossom what they are. They deserve all the success. They're a great tag team. They're great dudes individually. They have great chemistry. I wish them all the success.
They've been killing it for a while. They've, I've definitely been a fan for a long time of PME. So yeah.
No, so it was great. I'm not gonna lie. This was one of those moments. I think I was just so excited that I got to see Swoggle in action. I didn't even write notes for this match, so I can't even remember who won. I think I just lived it. And
that's perfect.
Yeah,
those are the best. Those are the best, though. And sometimes, look,
for real.
I want to touch on this, obviously, because we do a podcast about wrestling around here. But sometimes those matches are those are my favorite, dude. There's been matches at Neo Pro, at Mega, where I just am so entranced in the match and what's going on in the story and the chemistry between all the wrestlers that I'm just phone goes in the pocket and I'm just yep, I'm enjoying.
Yeah, no, that's definitely what ended up happening. And I think just because of that, just because the end result, this has definitely been the best Mercury Lounge experience I've had in all. It's a solid 4 out of 5 pile drivers for me. Okay. That was by far, from start to finish, one of the greatest smaller intimate shows I've been to. Again, just shout out all the wrestlers, everyone. I mean, it was just really cool. And I had worked 2 days straight and I felt so fried coming into that night. And it made everything so much more fun. You know, like I said,
it was like a release, and you're able to kind of decompress a little bit. It took you away from all that, and I'm glad you enjoyed that, dude. And you know what? That says a lot. You're giving it 4 out of 5, and like it speaks volumes to John Thor and the crew. Let's be honest, the card wasn't as big and as exciting as most AIW shows. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those shows where they're trying to create new stars, bring the newer guys in, let them have their spotlight, and they're doing a great job. And for you to say that 4 to 5 Piledrivers, that's awesome. So that's off to the crew for that. That's amazing.
I was gonna say the same kind of thing, Dean. I hate to call them not stars, but like we were talking earlier, the Derek Dillingers, the fucking Josh Bishops, you know, the big namers from AIW, they weren't really at this show. This was maybe one but
these are the people that are busting their ass at the AIW training place. You know what I'm saying? And they're giving them their opportunities, and just like the Mega, the guys that are busting their ass, the guys and girls that bust their ass in Turmoil, getting their shots at the main shows. Like, this is their way of doing that too. And hats off the whole crew. They've been killing it. That's awesome.
100%.
I know we got another AIW show coming up this weekend at Tadmore Shrine when the smoke clears. We've had some matches announced for that.
Mafia.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got a couple that stand out already. There was also with that card a change in it. I can't remember if it was Hollow Wicked or was it Frightmare.
It was Frightmare was injured.
Yes, so
they've actually been replaced by Ultramantis Black is stepping in to replace Frightmare.
Ooh, I didn't see that. That's nice.
Yeah, I didn't either.
There's going to be I'm looking at it right now on Twitter. It was, there's going to be a 4-way tag team match, 4 corners tag team match. Latino's Most Wanted, Bangin' Matthews to Infinity and Beyond, and then the Spectral Envoy.
Okay, cool.
I dig that.
Taken out. But the match that as I'm looking at these matches that have been announced, the match that I'm excited for, and it kind of touches into the main event here. You had Cassius King come out and try to get in with Hornswoggle. And now on 420, we have us an 8-man tag team match. Cassius King versus Wes Kaplan and PME.
Yeah.
So the AIW tag team champions, I believe Eric is the Intense champion, correct?
Yes.
And Duke versus Wes Kaplan and PME.
That's so awesome.
I got 2 matches that I'm looking forward to more. I got Dominic Garrini and Filthy Tom Lawler.
I saw that one.
Fucking banger. Then you got Isaiah Broner versus Sam Holloway.
Now that is a match.
For the straps?
For the strap.
Oh my God, dude.
Damn right.
And
this 2 big meaty man bumping meats.
This might be his run for his money, man. I mean, he's defended that piece of gold for a long time now, but Sam,
this might be his toughest defense yet, for real.
For sure. No,
Ron Reed, what's up, brother? Looking forward to getting back into the 27th scene, y'all. We can't wait to see you too, man.
So the one match that I think, and it's funny because I love that everybody has these different matches they're excited for this card. Because for me, I got so giddy seeing this matchup because it's been waiting for us for so long. Dex Royal versus Alec Price.
This one's gonna fly. This one's gonna be crazy.
You sent us that when it got announced, and I sat there and stared like, damn.
I want to see
that could be match of the night. Like that could potentially be match of the night. People are gonna probably sleep on that match because like Broner and Holloway, which 2 big monsters going at it, which is gonna be insane. But these 2 dudes are gonna fucking kill it, and they're gonna show out. And I can't wait.
100%. This is gonna be high flying, nonstop action, dude. This is gonna be a crazy good match.
I'm not gonna lie. Like when I seen the Broner Holloway one, it made me question. Like I'm not doubting Broner, but if anyone could dethrone Broner, opportunity. I'm like, is this time
It's
for the new
same shit.
dude? I'm like, it could happen.
It could happen.
And I'm not even mad at it.
But we also
I said the same shit.
Bronner's the problem for a reason, though.
Again, we're not down Bronner.
Bronner's the truth. It's a bad dude, man.
I love that dude.
Like Dean said, if anybody can take it from him, it's fucking Sam Holloway.
For sure.
Shout out to Broner and Jocelyn. They killed it for GCW for the culture on WrestleMania weekend, the collective. I'm hoping, since they announced SummerSlam weekend, GCW is making their debut in Cleveland.
That whole weekend,
they have an opportunity to be on that card because Thursday is going to be AIW, Friday is going to be GCW, Saturday is going to be SummerSlam.
Yep.
Well, I mean, they announced that there is a GCW at Temple Live in August. So I mean, it's probably going to.
No, it's Friday.
Yeah,
it's the second.
AIW retweeted and said plan accordingly. Thursday is going to be AIW, Friday is going to be GCW, and Saturday SummerSlam. That came from AIW's official account. They retweeted it and said plan accordingly.
Yeah.
I'm pumped. That's why that's my goal. If you guys, I hope y'all can join. Hit all three. Make it a weekend. It's gonna be a fucking movie. I am ready for it.
If anything, I mean, I know that a couple of us were hoping. I haven't got a ticket to SummerSlam, obviously, but
Friday's my birthday, and they go on sale on my birthday, so get them.
Well, yeah. I mean, hopefully, we'll see. I gotta see what my budget's like. I can't. Grab one right now. The plan is to get one beforehand. But even if we can't, we are from Cleveland, okay? You can find us in the fucking Muni lot.
Yeah, we're live right in front of the fucking stadium. We don't give a shit.
Exactly. All right.
But the fact that it goes on sale on my birthday, I already said it. Like, if I can pull it, I'll get tickets for all three of us. I'll make payments on it. I don't give a shit. Like, if we can go as a group, I'm about it.
TA said his birthday's the same as yours. TA's birthday's the
19th
as well.
April 19th? We sharing birthdays, bro? Let's go.
Friday is your birthday? Friday is my birthday.
Yeah, April 19th, man. That's awesome. That makes me happy.
Hell yeah. I'm really pumped for all the fucking AIW shit coming up. It's GCW, obviously SummerSlam. I mean, I've seen some graphics for SummerSlam, and this could be one of the biggest SummerSlams ever. Real quick, I want to talk about Vince. I want to talk about Vince's sweet weekend. Like we stated earlier, it was Vince's birthday, and his wife was kind enough to purchase him a pretty fucking awesome birthday present. Why don't you tell us about it and what you got to do on Friday evening?
So she got premium tickets to Smackdown for me. Now we've been going to the Little Caesars Arena in Detroit now. This is probably the fourth event we've been to, and it's really nice. And I want to, just throwing this out here for anyone that's questioning going anywhere else, outside of the normal area to go to an event.
I've never been to Michigan.
Okay, yep. So,
except for Monroe.
Yeah, we love Monroe, but so. There's this perfect little hole in the wall hotel. It's been renovated. It's an old school setup, and it is walking distance from the stadium. From coming, it's actually right there by Little Caesars Arena and caddy corner to Comerica, which is the baseball park out there. It is just perfect little setup. We walk there. And it was great. So she got us floor tickets. We were 9 rows away on the far side, away from the entrance.
I was gonna say you were right behind fucking Pat McAfee and shit.
Yep. We were right by an aisle, so that was nice too. Didn't have to, stick our heads over people. And it was a good time. It was a great time, actually. I if you want to go over the card real quick, but I hate to say it, this might have been not only my favorite WWE event, which I had been let down previously, even at this venue prior, but this might have been one of the best events I'd been to, and I think it was just with the card and everything involved.
I did see a lot of stuff. I know afterwards, after the show, we did get a championship match between Dominic. Dirty Dom got a title shot against Cody, which obviously he lost, but that
was
happened.
good though. It was cool.
But
it was
the big story that I want to get into about, well, first off, hold on. Shout out to Liz. Great fucking present. Great fucking job.
Yeah, thank you, Liz.
But I want to say before we get into that, like, I agree. Like, I've been let down a lot before. I went to my first pay-per-view with Mike and Paulie and Lil J. We went to Extreme
we had a great time.
That was terrible. I went to Raw. I sat 8 rows from the front row, and I couldn't see shit from people.
We had a great time.
I couldn't really see much. I didn't really enjoy it.
Fun.
I've had more fun and enjoyed the NXT live events, and Mike knows about that. Back when I Undisputed
Back
Era,
in the Agora. Back in the Agora, the NXT was
anytime NXT came to Cleveland for a live show, we knew it was a banger. Me and Mike were there. Phenomenal. I would take those over Extreme Rules and the Raw I went to 10 times out of 10. To hear that you had a good experience with that and the seats were great. I couldn't really see much because I was a little farther back, but hell yeah, dude.
No, I
mean,
I've been to a couple of WWE shows. I mean, obviously the pay-per-view, and I'll touch on the one Dean said. I believe that was your first pay-per-view, ain't it?
Yeah, it was fucking dumb.
The pay-per-view itself was bad.
I think every match on that fucking card didn't even have a stipulation. And it was Extreme Rules.
But the time had with friends was fun.
It was.
We went to the local Browns. We left town at like 9:00 in the morning. We got down to Columbus and we went to the local Browns backers bar, and they treated us like family. And we told them we were from Elyria Browns backers and we were coming down they fucking bought us beers and fucking chicken wings. And then we did a shot ski.
Paulie was passed out in the car.
Paulie was passed out in the back. He didn't even drink. He just didn't feel well. He ate like his wings were gross. The Browns won. Like the Browns won the game that day. It was fucking great. But the pay-per-view was my first pay-per-view. Yeah, my first pay-per-view was fucking again, the show was the pay-per-views were pretty good. I went to Survivor Series a couple years ago in Chicago when NXT was still having War Games. Me, Jay, Paulie, and Daryl did the whole weekend. Like we did Friday Smackdown, Saturday NXT, Sunday Survivor Series, and then Monday Raw. It was cool as hell.
Oh, that's so sick.
That was my first pay-per-view in downtown Chicago. So we had a lot of fun.
The only pay-per-view I've been to is Samhain, and we know that left me Samhain in the mouth. So
yeah, we'll get the Piledriver boys to a regular pay-per-view. That's a guarantee.
SummerSlam, baby.
But the big story coming out of Friday is the debut of one Tama fucking Tonga.
Yeah,
for
that was wild.
20 years, he's been trying to get to the WWE. For 20 years.
Killing it in New Japan. The Gorillas of Destiny, the Bullet Club, one of the original members.
He's a fucking founder. Him and Prince David.
Not only is he a founder, he is the fucking son of one of the toughest son of a bitches to ever step in a foot in a ring, Haku.
Exactly. So my question to you is, and I mean, he showed up. Obviously, they beat up the Uso. It seemed as if Solo has kicked the other Uso out of the bloodline, and he is now going on his own. As Roman, claimed he was the next tribal chief a long time ago.
Yeah, he says losing has its consequences, but Solo's been on a losing streak since he has like one win, bro.
I mean, he beat John Cena.
Yeah, but still, so like, I still think about that. I'm excited about this though, because I have
what my predictions is. We all know that Jacob Fatu has signed with WWE as well. Do we see Jacob Fatu join Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman? Let's not forget Paul Heyman.
As a new heel bloodline.
And then with The Rock coming back as the bad guy for that, to lead that.
And then
Roman comes back at WrestleMania. You get Roman, Usos, Seth Rollins, and maybe Cody Rhodes.
I just want to see a Bloodline War Games match. If there's a way that we can pull some shit out, bring Zilla in for a feature.
He's got to be coming soon, dude.
He's got to be.
So was Jacob. They were doing great.
Jacob
now
is
that
great
need
too.
WWE.
is going, and it all works out. Like Rich, Rich Lowe, my boy, he actually called this before I even went, but we both agreed it was going to be Jacob that came out and aided Solo. We weren't ready for Tongo, man. I was
there was no real hints. Tama posted on Instagram like a picture of an old dial tone phone, and there was like no numbers in there, and it just said Tama Tonga with the phone and smoke behind it. And everyone in the comments was like, "You're coming to Raw." I'm like, where does there indication that there's Raw involved in there? So like, I was so confused by that. That was the only kind of hint that he's coming, but it's just like, I don't know where they got the Raw from. So like, I knew he was coming soon because he posted like a week and a half ago. Yeah. It's just a matter of time. I just didn't know what capacity.
Again, like
I was excited.
The way the Judgment Day's been, I don't know, just because like sure it's Bloodline.
Damian Priest got fucking Rusev's girl.
Dude, I don't know what's going on, but we'll see. I love the storytelling so far in the Triple H era. The whole, and I'm gonna touch back on it because it's been all over my fucking X feed that they're like the little reels or whatever they call them on X videos, whatever. Where that shows Roman, all he wanted was revenge. Like the long-term storytelling with this Bloodline shit where he hit Seth in the Shield gear, who had turned on him 10 years ago. Like that's fucking beautiful shit, man.
It's at a time where they're both taking their break too. And Seth and Roman's been carrying the company.
Exactly, dude. It just works. It just works.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was cinematic. It was everything. It was more than what I expected. It was a beautiful payoff.
Carrying that too, like a lot of story right now.
Like you see that video of Seth on the side just crying, watching Cody celebrate, and then Cody reaching out and shaking his hand. You got Kevin Owens and Jimmy out there like picking him up, like, you okay? Look, come on, I'm helping him up. Like it was great, man. It was a great send-off.
One of the tweets I saw said Seth gave up his whole Mania to be Cody's Shield.
Yep.
And he did.
And when Cody reached out and shook his hand, you could see Seth say, "It's your time. It's your time." And like, I like that, man.
The passing of the torch, man.
And you know what? Shout out to WWE, Triple H, and I forget who else was involved, but there was a story. Dusty Rhodes pawned a gold Rolex off to help pay for Cody to go to acting school because they were hurting for money. And Cody didn't know about that till later on in life, till after he passed away. And Triple H and a few other people hunted down that original watch that was pawned off and got it. And when he came through the curtain with the title, they handed him his dad's Rolex, which prior to that, Cody said that they had a plan set so when something happened, the kids would get certain things. Dusty made it clear that Rolex was for him. And he ended up pawning it off to help him pay for school, and it always kind of like bothered him.
Full circle.
And for them to find it, take the time and hunt it down, and find that and give that to him as he worked to the curtain with the title. That's just like, this says a lot about Triple H. You know what I'm saying?
About his people. He's a manager that cares about his employees.
That's an amazing gesture. I seen the picture of him holding and looking at it. You see the tears coming down his face. Like he knew once he's seen it. Like, holy shit, that's 100%. It. Like that's cool, man. Like I
can't wait to see how this story goes. Like I'm excited for the future of WWE.
Cody hinted a little fact that the winged eagle belt might be coming back.
Winged eagle belt. I think that somebody made it. I think it was on Twitter or TikTok. Yeah, somebody made it. And
you said that to us. That was beautiful.
Yeah,
dude.
It was so cool. Like, I found it. I went and found it and downloaded it. That fucking belt.
Shout out to who made that. That was some talent, dude. That was a beautiful belt.
Yeah. All right, boys. Well, that's it. Let's jump into the Mount Rushmore of WCW. Then we'll wrap everything up for the evening. We'll let Vince go first. It's his birthday.
Okay. Mine's like pretty straightforward, honestly. So Sting is forever going to be on top. I mean, the man.
I figured he would be on every one of our WCW.
He's on mine.
Okay, so
he's on mine.
That's beautiful.
What Sting though?
Oh, dude, red all day.
Black and white Crow Sting.
Okay, I like
before
that.
Before the NWO, like Hogan and Sting. Like I like Beach Blonde Sting, but that was a little bit before my time. My time with Sting was long black hair, hanging out in the fucking rafters, dressed like the Crow.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, for me, it was always red. So that's awesome. I love this. This is such a good start to Mount Rushmore. So then Benoit. I mean, I just saw some pretty recent footage of him in WCW, and man, Chris Benoit was just always a savage. But I felt like he had so much more intensity in WCW. So he's definitely up there. I always have to have him anywhere he's been. Hulk Hogan. I mean, when he brought over the big gold belt and just spray painted NWO on it, like to start everything, that was awesome. Like
heel Hogan, like he made people cry when that happened.
Yeah,
nobody expected that. It changed the industry forever. So I get that.
And then, man, so I guess this is a little bit of a hard one. I'm going to go with Eddie. I'm going to go with Eddie Guerrero when he was in WCW as well. Just because, again, I felt like that's where he blossomed. That's where he shined the most before going to WWE. And I mean, with him and Benoit together, that was just a duo. Like those guys just ruled together. So, and of course, you know, if you had to have maybe a shout out, yeah, you couldn't have had WCW without Eric Bischoff. So
that's true.
He might be on there. True. Probably not though.
Dean?
Mine?
Obviously, Sting.
Yeah, Sting. I gotta have DDP on there. I gotta have Hogan. I want to say Flair, but that's so. I'm gonna go different. I want to give. I want to give flowers to Dean Malenko.
Hell yeah!
The man of 1,000 holds. He killed it in WCW, and when he kind of came to WWF, he was watered down. He's very underappreciated, man. That dude was a fucking beast. He'd give Bryan Danielson a run for his money in his prime. If you put Bryan Danielson versus Dean Malenko in his prime,
oh yeah,
hell yeah.
Mine's gonna be totally off kilter because like I could go through and pick all these legends and shit, like. But when I think of WCW,
Disco Inferno.
No, never that. Glacier.
Yes.
Who was that German dude that always came out like
Alex Wright, baby? Yeah. No. Sting is up there for me for sure. I'm happy that Vince added him because he was definitely a staple. And we wouldn't have a cruiserweight division without him and Rey Mysterio, Eddie fucking Guerrero.
The Halloween Havoc match is legendary.
My third is actually a person that Vince put as an honorable mention because he was correct in his statement. There would be no WCW without Eric fucking Bischoff. And number 4 was said by Mr. TA here. Harlem fucking Heat.
Hell yeah.
Booker T is the man. He's a fucking legend. And then if I had to give an honorable mention, it would be the Flock as the whole. Like I loved Raven's Flock. I loved Kidman. I loved Lodi. I fucking loved the Flock when I was young. So if I had to give an honorable mention, it would be to the Flock.
That's awesome.
Cool. But DDP, I always loved Buff Bagwell. Bagwell, like with the top hats and the fucking spray paint. That shit was cool when I was a kid, dude. And like all he did was talk shit, and Scott Norton would beat everybody up for him.
Yep.
It took me so long to realize that the disciple was Brutus the Barber Beefcake. It took me so long to realize that.
That's awesome.
Like I realized it after like maybe 2 years after WWF bought it. I seen something. It was like it showed it, and I was like, "Shut the fuck up!" Why didn't I realize that? It was the beard and like it threw me off.
The sunglasses, he never saw his face really.
And he was totally like the shape he was in, night and day. He was probably in the best shape of his life as a disciple than he was as Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Well, he looked like a mini Hulk Hogan. Like he was tan and oiled and fucking.
He had the lightning bolts and all that shit.
He wanted to be Hulk Hogan. But that's great Mount Rushmores, boys. Great Mount Rushmores. I will always shout out WCW for the cruiserweight division. Billy Kidman, fucking Chavo Guerrero, Psychosis, Laparco.
They treated the cruiserweight division the way it deserved to be treated.
100%. I instantly feel like
if
they did it now, it would be okay with the people we have if they treated it right, like you said, because they could do it. Ricochet, fucking Dominic, all the guys from fucking El Phantasmo, like.
Yeah, Delgado and everybody else.
Yeah, Joaquin Wilde and shit. That could be a fucking killer division.
Yeah. Seriously. I mean, even like
bring back the European title and make that the cruiserweight division.
I'm okay with it. Appreciate you for hanging out, TA, man. Hopefully we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Happy early birthday, brother.
I got some shit I want to jump in real quick. We did just have breaking news a second ago. From Mega Championship Wrestling, it was said that Tyreek Kalam was going to go up against Jason the Gift Kincaid on May 4th. Unfortunately, Jason Kincaid will not be able to make the show, but a replacement has been found in Matt Diesel. We'll be going one-on-one with Tyreek Kalam. I've seen some Matt Diesel clips before, never got to see him. Really excited for this, and I mean, it's a hell of a big opportunity for Tyreek. And then this week on Turmoil, Thursday nights on Mega Championship Wrestling Facebook and Mega Championship Wrestling on YouTube, we have 3 matches announced already. Tyreek Kalam will be going one-on-one with the good one, Pastor CeeLo.
Jesus.
The Vibe. Bray McKenzie will be returning to Thursday Night Turmoil and will be going one-on-one with the Lost Prodigy Dios Salvador.
Ooh, that's going to be a banger.
And then the last match is a rematch from last week's Turmoil. Dustin Bowers has challenged Chris Onyx to a one-on-one match again.
Jeez.
Dustin put up a pretty good fight last week against Chris, but Chris ultimately...
He did.
Took care of him. So Onyx Dustin said he wants a rematch, and General Manager Brandon Xavier was kind enough to give it to him. So that's just 3 of the couple matches. I mean, we'll have at least 6 or 7 matches.
Let's give a huge shout out to the new Brass Knuckles champion, Cole Johnson.
That's my boy.
A new era.
To see that, it was happy to see that. It was happy to see that, like being there to see that. That was fucking cool. So I was really happy for my boy. But yeah, that's it. I got nothing else for tonight, boys. You got anything else for this evening?
No.
I do actually. I gotta, we always do a little shout out at the end of all the shows. I think this one's a little more important. I don't know if she even listens to these at all, but I'm gonna shout out my wife. Everything that she did for me this weekend. I actually didn't tell you guys.
Love you, Liz.
She did. This is so funny. So I was leaving to go to AIW, and this is something that's kind of important. Leaving to go to AIW, I'd already paid for my tickets and everything, and she goes, "Well, here's some money. Enter the raffle." I said, "Okay." She gave me a $20 bill.
You won the fucking raffle.
So this is kind of funny.
Oh, dude.
I missed the event that they brought Ultimo Dragon, which I had this exact figure to give him to sign for me, and I missed this event. It was such a bummer. It was just one of those.
Is that signed?
This one is signed. I don't know if you
won that. You lucky. You win everything.
So yeah, I ended up winning.
That's awesome.
And it was it was so cool, just random as hell. A couple days after my birthday, but thank you, Liz, for that. And
that's
everything,
awesome, dude.
The seats at Smackdown and just everything, babe. So very lucky to have a wife that actually is down and supports me and what I do with wrestling and everything. So.
Gotta love that shit. Gotta love that.
I love that.
I love that for you.
Liz, you're the MVP.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
That's
Thank you
awesome,
guys all
dude.
for the well wishes too, especially all the fans and especially my boys here.
You
And
deserve
then of
it, brother.
course I just got to shout out Cody, Logan, Pedro, and all the guys in the background at AIW. You guys have been just killing the shows. I'm so excited for Gauntlet at the Gold. I don't know if I'm gonna make when the smoke clears this weekend. I'm gonna try my hardest. But if not, you'll definitely find me.
We'll be a Gauntlet.
And
we'll be a Gauntlet.
Kurt Angle, baby.
Also, just throwing it out there, if anyone's listening, I noticed that you guys don't always have a solid commentary group for your Thursday shows. Just give me a shout out. I'd be willing to help you guys out. AIW.
There you go.
Do it.
That's all we got for you tonight. Make sure you check in with us next week as we will recap and go over the whole Neo Pro 2 card, where we will have special appearances by Sabu, the Sandman, and we will be joined by the one and only Don Tavio on the podcast.
We might have a few others. We might have a few others, so just you got to be there. Just make sure you tune in.
Stay with us. Stick with us next week. We will be here live at 8 p.m.
The card's so big, it deserves its own dedicated show.
You're right. No, you're 100%.
It's a 1 year anniversary. We love Neo Pro. We've been there from day one. The card is insane.
It is.
We're making a whole show dedicated to it. So make sure you tune in here next week for the Neo Pro 2 preview show. It's going to be phenomenal, dude. I can't wait.
And that's it. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys next week.